ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ryan Awesome. And welcome to the Ryan Awesome Show. Now, today on the Ryan Awesome Show, I'll be talking about AEW Dynamite for February 24th, 2021. Now, overall, man, it was a good show. This was a good show. Very strong show, too. You know, they trying to get you towards, you know, Revolution. Not only that, but, next week's show on the March 3rd episode. And so, yeah, they done a really great job with it, building up the show, progressing the storylines and all that, you know. But the big news on this show was that the Big Show, Paul Wight, signs with AEW, signs with All Elite Wrestling, the Big Show. And of course, he can't use that name. He cannot use the Big Show because that name is owned by the WWE. But Paul Wight, he is officially in AEW. And now, man, that was a shock. That was a shock. Like when dude, I read that. I read that on Twitter, man. At first, I thought it was a troll. Like I didn't believe. I was like, what? The Big Show? And so I looked at, I was looking through tweets and everything by credible sources, and it was true that he signed with AEW. And what he does now, what I do know is that he will be wrestling. He will be wrestling for AEW, and he will be joining Tony Schiavone on commentary. I think on AEW Dark. But they did say that he will show up on AEW Dynamite next week. And so yeah, I just want to see what happens. See what happens with the Big Show. But yeah, man, that was a shock to me because I expected Big Show. I thought he was gonna be a lifer in WWE. I thought he was gonna spend the rest of his career or the rest of his life in WWE. So that was news to me, man. Absolutely shocked, man. But yeah, so yeah, this is the AEW Dynamite review for February 24th, 2021 on the Ryan Awesome Show. And if you haven't done this already, hit the thumbs up. What are you waiting for? Hit the thumbs up. And if you're new here, subscribe to the channel. Hit that subscribe button. And right next to that subscribe button, there's a bell. You click on that bell. When you click on that bell, you'll be the first ones to know when my next video will come out. I'm here each and every single week. So make sure you don't, make sure you hit that bell so you don't miss out on nothing. And another thing I want to tell you guys, I'm recording this on Wednesday, right? I'm recording this on Wednesday, and you guys will see this on Thursday. So Thursday, February 25th, is my birthday, my 23rd birthday. So I would like to wish myself a happy birthday. So yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know that tomorrow is my birthday on Thursday. And so yeah, we started off the show with a match. It was the Hollywood Hunk, Ryan Nemeth, versus Jon Moxley, the former AEW World Champion. And so yeah, this was a quick match to start off the show. And so yeah, Nemeth, he was trying to go after Moxley, and then Moxley, he slapped Nemeth across the face, slapped the piss right out of his face. We had, Moxley, he gave Nemeth clubbing blows to the face. We had knee strikes to Moxley, so Nemeth trying to fight back, but it's not working. And so we had a backdrop suplex to Nemeth. And then at one point you had Moxley, he was targeting Nemeth's fingers, so he was going after the fingers. And we had a drop kick to Moxley. And then right after that we had Moxley, he locked in a guillotine choke. And he followed that up with a paradigm shift to end the match. So Jon Moxley, he wins, and that was it. That was it with that. And so right after that, we had Jon Moxley. He had something he wanted to say about that exploding death match, that exploding barbed wire death match. And so this is what he had to say about it.
So the idea of the exploding barbed wire death match, it's too attractive. It pulls me in. I can't resist it, even if it is some kind of trap laid by Kenny Omega and his boys. Kenny, you are not the first in a long line, a long, sad line of guys that tried to take me out. Look, win, lose, or draw. Everybody in this building, everybody watching at home, everybody who's been me in every town, in every city, in any state, in every country, all around this earth who's been with me, who's stuck by me through everything, you will know that when it's all said and done, I gave you everything that I had. And if it is all over, if it does come to an end at Revolution, live on pay-per-view, in an exploding barbed wire death match. That adrenaline, that violence, that feeling that I can't get enough of, Hal. That seems like a perfect way, a hell of a way to go out.
And that was it from Jon Moxley. And what do you have to say about Kenny Omega and the barbed wire death match, exploding barbed wire death match? And so, yeah, they explained it on commentary that the ring ropes, it'll be surrounded by barbed wire. So, yeah, so no, don't try to run the ropes, because it will be locked with barbed wire. So don't try to run the ropes. And then they said they said they'll have landmines on the floor. I don't know how the hell would they pull that off, man. I don't know how would they pull that off. But it's more like we'll wait and see. You have to wait and see. But we still trying to figure out what this death match is. We gotten some answers. We gotten some answers to like what to expect in the death match, the barbed wire death match, exploding barbed wire death match. And so yeah, man, that was it. That was it with that. And so yeah, right after this, we had a backstage segment, a backstage interview from last week. It was Alex, not Alex Marvez. It was another Alex. He interviewed Lance Archer and Rey Fenix. They were talking about the ladder match, qualifying match. Whoever wins will be in the ladder match. And so, Archer, he was saying that he didn't have to qualify or something like that. He said because I'm gonna beat Rey Fenix. And so Rey Fenix, he said something in Spanish. And, Archer, he didn't understand what Fenix was saying, so he asked the interviewer, Alex, who speaks Spanish, he was asking him, hey, what he just said? And don't sugarcoat nothing. What exactly did he say? And so Alex, he was like, he said that you were the worst partner. And so Archer, he got offended, and he shoved Fenix. And so they started fighting backstage, and so that was it. The backstage brawl, it was weak. It was so weak. It did not look good. And so yeah, so they have a match later on tonight in the main event, which was the best match on the show. And so yeah, right after this we had a tag team match. It was Team Taz, that's Ricky Starks and Brian Cage, with Taz in their corner, with Taz on commentary. So Taz is on commentary, hyping up his boys, Ricky Starks and Brian Cage, versus the Varsity Blondes, that's Griff Garrison and Brian Pillman Jr. And so yeah, I'm a huge fan of the Varsity Blondes. They are really good, man. Especially Griff Garrison, man. Yeah, we had a sliding drop kick to Starks from Pillman Jr. outside of the ring. So Ricky Starks, he's outside of the ring, and we had Brian Cage. He was the illegal person. He was the illegal man, and so he powerbombed Pillman Jr. outside of the ring on a ring post. And so Pillman, he landed. Like right after he hit the post, he landed on the edge of the steel steps. And so we had a German suplex to Pillman Jr. from Cage. We had a pump kick to Pillman Jr. in a corner from Cage. And we had a belly to back suplex to Pillman Jr. from Cage. Pillman kicks out. And then Cage, he did his curl ups into a power slam. No, his curl ups to a fallaway slam on Pillman Jr. And we had a diving drop kick to Pillman from Starks. And then Griff Garrison, he tagged in. He was delivering clotheslines. You know, he delivered a over the top rope dive to, I believe it was Starks. No, it was Cage. It was Cage. And then we had, you know, a drop kick turned into a powerbomb combo from the Varsity Blondes to Ricky Starks. And we had Starks, he speared Garrison. And then Brian Cage, he hit Pillman Jr. with a discus clothesline. And then right after that, you know, Cage, he followed that up with a drill claw. His finishing move, the drill claw to Pillman Jr. to win the match. So Brian Cage and Ricky Starks, they won the match. And that was it from the match. And so, yeah, right after the match, we had the lights. The lights went out. The lights cut off. And so they had a video. They played a video in the back. And they was playing some music over it. And they had Sting. They didn't show his face, but they showed his gloves. So we knew it was Sting. So Sting, he was driving. And with a body bag. It was a body bag attached to the back of the car. And so he was driving. And so the car stopped. And so Darby Allin, he was inside of the body bag. He unzipped himself. And so he went out of the body bag with the TNT Championship. And so he looked into the camera and he just smiled. And so right after that, Sting, he came out to the ring with his music in the snow. And he came out dragging a body bag. And so we thought that, you know, the commentary team was like, who is that? Is that Darby Allin? I thought it was Darby Allin inside that body bag. And so Sting, he opened up the body bag, and it was Hook. Hook was in there. Taz's son, Hook, was in there. And so, yeah. So, yeah, it was Hook that was in there. And right after that, we had Sting, he pointed at the rafter. And he had Darby Allin, man. You had Darby Allin on the zip line. He was on the zip line. He slid. He was sliding off the zip line. He was coming from the zip line with his skateboard in his hand into the ring. And he had the skateboard in his hand. He just started hitting Ricky Starks and Brian Cage with his skateboard. So that was really cool right there. You know, doing what Sting did back in the day when he used to come down from the zip line or the rafters or whatever. And so, yeah, Sting and Darby Allin, they attacked Team Taz. And Taz, he was on the stage trying to, you know, help Hook out. And so, yeah, Sting and Darby Allin, they attacked Ricky Starks and Brian Cage. And, yeah, Sting, Starks. Allin took out Starks outside the ring. And then Sting, he hit Cage with a Stinger Splash. And he followed that up with a Scorpion Death Drop. And so that was it with that. And, that was really awesome, man. Seeing Darby Allin come down the zip line, that was really cool. And so, so they really promoting their match. Now, who wins the match? I'm going with Darby Allin and Sting. Darby Allin needs to win because he's a TNT champion. And Sting needs to win because it's his first match in AEW. So I'm going with Sting and Darby Allin to win that tag team match, a cinematic tag team match. And so, right after this, we had an interview from Tony Schiavone. He interviews Kip Sabian, Miro, and Penelope Ford. And they were talking about the best friends. And, Chuck Taylor and Orange Cassidy. How they ruined their wedding and stuff like that. And so, this is what they had to say about that.
Very uncomfortable interview. I'm going to be very honest with you. Back are Penelope.
Why is it uncomfortable?
Because of what happened during the wedding.
Tony, the fact we're even having this interview is a joke. It is a complete joke. Beach Break was supposed to be the best day of our lives. It was supposed to be a memory that we'd cherish forever. But what happened, Tony?
Well, it was destroyed.
Who is it destroyed by, Tony?
It was destroyed by Charles, the butler, Orange Cassidy.
Look at how unhappy they are. They couldn't even go to a honeymoon because of those two guys, because of Orange Cassidy and Charles the butler. And trust me, I'm going to get to Orange Cassidy in no time. I'm going to destroy him, that little walking Xanax, little human being. But caving Charles' head in, it's a different story.
Okay.
Not because he can match me in the ring. It's not that.
Right.
It's just the fact that I like Charles.
Right.
Charles is a nice man. He's very organized. He polishes my cars, my kettlebells. He folds my laundry, the whole thing. So I want to take this opportunity to tell him that Charles, he can come back. Charles, if you're looking at me, man, you can come back to me. Come home. It's forgive but not forget, but I will always have you under my wing. Come home and be responsible. Don't
somebody
just go out
handed
there and
Tony
follow
Schiavone
Orange
something.
wherever he goes, man. Be a man for
A note.
yourself. Don't do that to you.
I'm sorry, I was handed a note. Will you wrestle us at Revolution? Yes, no, maybe. Circle 1, hugs and kisses. I'm sorry.
Will you wrestle us at Revolution? Why? And maybe circle 1, ho ho. Charles, that's exactly what I'm talking about. This is childish. You are not a child. Do not act like a child. And you associating yourself with Orange Cassidy makes you that. Be a man. Come home, and I'm going to teach you how to be a man for your whole life, and you be happy from now on.
Balls up the paper and put it in his mouth, and he spit it out. Ugh, that's unsanitary. Nasty, very nasty. But yeah, they did end up making a match. It's a tag team match. Orange Cassidy and Chuck Taylor versus Miro and Kip Sabian. Hopefully that's the end of their feud, because I'm getting sick and tired of this. Getting sick and tired of the Kip Sabian and Miro stuff and the best friend stuff. So hopefully, I want to say hopefully, this is the end of this feud. Get Miro away from Kip Sabian. Get Miro into bigger and better things. Send him after Darby Allin in the TNT Championship. What's so hard about that, man? I don't know. But Miro, man, Miro deserves so much better, man. This dude was treated like garbage. He was treated like garbage in WWE. And now we was expecting him at a different level in AEW, but now he's doing the same thing that he did in WWE, being played like a joke. So hopefully this is the end of it. Hopefully, I want to say hopefully this is the end of it. But yeah, that was it from that. And so yeah, right after this we had a match, a one-on-one match. It was Brandon Cutler versus Jake Hager of the Inner Circle. And so yeah, we had Hager. He had a wheelbarrow German suplex to Cutler, and then he gave body shots to Cutler. We had a big boot to Cutler, and then Hager, he hit his Hager bomb or the Vader bomb, whatever you want to call it. And then we had Cutler. He tried to fight back. He had a kick to Hager, and then he had a tope suicida follow up by a tope con hilo to Hager. That was a nasty fall from Cutler too. Looked like Hager didn't even catch him. And so, yeah, they went back into the ring. We had Cutler. He tried to go for a springboard move or a high-flying move. And then Hager, he had caught him. And went for his modified power slam. And then to end the match, we had Hager. He had a clothesline from hell. That they didn't say that on commentary, but it was a clothesline from hell to Cutler to win the match. So Jake Hager, he won the match. And so right after the match, we had Proud and Powerful, Santana and Ortiz, and Wardlow. They attacked Brandon Cutler right after the match. And so, yeah, we had the Bucks, the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson. They came out, and as soon as they got in the ring, they was getting ready for the super kick. Wardlow was the only smart person. He went outside of the ring. He left the ring. But Santana and Ortiz ended up getting super kicked. So they got super kicked, and they were about to super kick Hager, but Hager got out of the way. He dodged it. And so, yeah, right after that, we had Matt Jackson. He grabbed the microphone, and he called out MJF and Chris Jericho. He was saying that we don't have to wait right now. We don't have to wait until Revolution for our match. We could do this right now. And so, yeah, this is what they had to say about it. This is what happened in the segment.
Chris Jericho, MJF. Hey, boys, we don't have to wait until Revolution. How about you get your stupid asses down to this ring right here, right now?
And they called out Chris Jericho and MJF. And the music played, well, Chris Jericho's music played Judas by Fozzy. But they didn't come out. Of course they didn't come out. But they're backstage.
Why would we waste our time coming to the ring to see you face to face when in a few weeks we're going to beat the living hell out of you at Revolution and become the new AEW Tag Team
And they're backstage by the merch truck.
We saw someone wandering around backstage before, and we wanted to know, does this belong to you?
Oh.
Does it belong to you?
They beat up the Bucks' dad. He's bloody. The Bucks ran to the back.
Come back here and pick up your trash. See you boys at Revolution. Let's go. MJF and Jericho.
They ran out of there. Jericho and MJF, they got the hell out of there, man. After that, they left. The Bucks was coming after them. They got in the SUV and they drove off. They got out of there. And so it was a hit and run, man. It was a hit and run. They beat up the Bucks' dad. They bloodied him. And they rammed his face. They rammed his face in the merch truck. And Nick's face, Nick's picture on the truck, and then Matt's picture on the truck. And so, yeah, they beat up the Bucks' dad. So that was it with that. And right after that, we had, the Papa Buck. Papa Buck, he was being loaded into the ambulance. And you had the Good Brothers, they were there. The Good Brothers, Carl Anderson and Doc Gallows, they were there with Nick Jackson. And they got into the ambulance. And Matt, he was still there. So that was it, man. I love this segment. I absolutely love this segment. Continuing to progress the storyline in their match for the tag team titles. I don't think MJF and Chris Jericho will win. I think something might happen between MJF and Chris Jericho. MJF might turn on Chris Jericho. That's what I think. But I see the Bucks. I see the Bucks dropping the title to the Good Brothers. That's what I see. That's what I see. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I absolutely see it. The Bucks will drop the titles to the Good Brothers, either FTR or the Good Brothers. I'm going with the Good Brothers. And so, yeah, yep, that was it with that. And so at Revolution, it'll be the Bucks versus Chris Jericho and MJF at Revolution. And so, yeah, right after this, they had a video. They were promoting the match next week between the mixed tag team match between Shaq and Jade Cargill versus Cody Rhodes and Red Velvet. And they actually showed not Red Velvet. They actually showed Jade Cargill wrestling. Wow. They showed her wrestling. And so why didn't they show that weeks ahead? Why didn't they show that weeks before that? Before the match. Showing her wrestling. But, yeah, that was it. And, people were making their predictions on who will win. And, JR, what got me the most, Jim Ross, he said that he predicted Jade Cargill and Shaq to win the match. And I was like, what? Like, really, JR? Like, really? You choose Shaq over Cody? I'm going with Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes and Red Velvet will win the match because of experience. They got more experience than Shaq and Jade Cargill. And plus, it's the right move. It's the right move to have Cody win. Cody's team win. So, yeah, right after the match, we had a match. It was a one-on-one match. It was Isiah Kassidy, a Private Party, with Big Money Matt Hardy and TH2 in his corner. That's TH2, that's the hybrid too, as Jack Evans and Angelico. And so versus Adam Hangman Page. And the one thing that I have to point out though in this right here, Isiah Kassidy, he came out of the heel tunnel. He came out of the heel tunnel, which is on this side. He came out of the heel tunnel. So Isiah Kassidy, Private Party, Matt Hardy, they are heels. So they turned to the dark side. And so, yeah, we had, Adam Hangman Page, he made his entrance right after Kassidy did. And so, yeah, Kassidy, he went right after Page, went right after him. And we had a follow-away slam. We had a follow-away slam to Kassidy, so Page is fighting back. And we had a clothesline to Kassidy. And he followed that up with a big boot in midair. So Kassidy, he was trying to go for a high-flying move. And then Page, he caught him with a big boot in midair. So, and we had a springboard crossbody to Kassidy outside of the ring. And And then at one point they were about a barricade, not the barricade, the guardrail. They were about a guardrail, and so Paige he clotheslined Kassidy over the guardrail into the crowd. And then you had TH2. They distracted the referee. And then right from behind, you had Matt Hardy. He attacked Adam Hangman Page from behind. So he beat him up and he threw him into the turnbuckle. To the ring post, outside ring post. And so, yeah, the referee didn't see it. And so you had Alex Reynolds and John Silver. They came out. They ran out to the ring. And they told the referee they tattletale. They tattletale on Matt Hardy that he beat up Hangman Page. And so the referee turned around, saw Aubrey Edwards. She saw Page on the ground, but Matt Hardy didn't do anything. She didn't see Matt Hardy attack him. So you know what she did? She kicked out Matt Hardy. She kicked Matt Hardy out. And so I was like, what? Why would you why did she kick him out? Like you can't call what you didn't see. You cannot call what you did not see. She didn't see Matt Hardy attack Page. So I thought that was dumb, man. I was like, man, you gotta be kidding me with this. And so, yeah. And so Reynolds and Silver, they ended up staying in Page corner. And we had a rolling elbow strike to Kassidy. He kicks out. And we had Isiah Kassidy, he had a kick to Page. And we had Page, he had a Death Valley driver to Kassidy. And he followed that up with a brain buster. And Kassidy kicks out. And we had a pump kick to Page. And Isiah Kassidy, he followed that up with a poison Rana. And then Kassidy, he locked in a cross arm breaker to Page. And then Page, he grabbed the rope. And so, yeah, Page, he tried to go for a springboard clothesline. Not the buckshot lariat, but a springboard clothesline. And Kassidy, he went after the arm. So he grabbed at the arm and just, he attacked the arm while he went off, when he jumped off. And so, yeah. And, Page, he ended up winning the match with a Deadeye, his finishing move, the Deadeye, to Kassidy to win the match. So Hangman Adam Page, he wins the match. And right after the match, we had Matt Hardy. He had a microphone. It was a voiceover. And so, yeah, he was talking, but he wasn't outside. He wasn't there. And so Hangman, he was looking around like, man, where is this coming from? Where is this sound coming from? And so, yeah, he was looking around. And then Matt Hardy, he was saying that he will hurt Page. He will hurt Page, and he will hurt every single member of the Dark Order. And so, yeah, he ended up coming out with 5. So he was grabbing 5. He dragged him out to the ring. And so, yeah, he threw 5 off of the stage. And then 5, he landed through the table. So he went through the table that was outside the ring near the timekeeper's area. And so, yeah, that was it. Now, at that point, when I saw him attack 5, I was like, man, the Dark Order, they don't care about 5. I'm like, they do not care about 5. They treat 5 like crap every single week on BTE, being the Elite. And so, yeah, 5 is like the Meg. He's like the Meg Griffin of the Dark Order. And so when I saw that, I was like, man, they don't care about 5. But they was concerned about him when he went through that table. So they ended up checking on him. So I was like, you know what? Maybe they do care about him. And so, yeah, that was it with that. Good match. Great showing from Isiah Kassidy. Hanging in there with Page. And so, yeah, man, that was it. And right after that, we had an interview from Alex Marvez. He tried to interview Kenny Omega, who is the AEW World Champion, with Don Callis. And so, I don't know where they were. I guess, I don't know. They were in a garage or what. I don't know where they were. And so, yeah, Marvez, he tried to talk to Kenny Omega, but Don Callis cut him off. And he said that they're building the Moxley extermination chamber. The Moxley extermination chamber, whatever the hell that means. And so, yeah, Kenny Omega, he tried to speak. He tried to talk. And he couldn't even hear a word that he said. He can't even hear nothing that Kenny Omega said because they had the people that was welded in the background. And so it was hard to hear Kenny Omega. And so, yeah, I didn't really get to hear what he said. And that was it. And so right after this, we had the semifinals. We had the semifinals for the Women's World Championship Eliminator Tournament. And so, yeah, we had Nyla Rose versus Dr. Britt Baker, D.M.D, with Rebel in our corner. Rebel, not Reba. And so, yeah, the only thing I didn't like about this is that you know, Nyla Rose, she took too much punishment in this match. Nyla Rose, she should have dominated this match, you know, because Nyla Rose is the bigger person. And so yeah. So yeah, we had Rose use her power against Britt Baker. We had scoop slams to Baker from Rose. And then after that, we had Baker. She walked away, so we thought she was gonna walk away from the match. She walked in through the crowd, and she started throwing stuff around. She started throwing trash cans around. She was kicking stuff everywhere, and you know, throwing a fit. And so she walked back to the ring, and we had Nyla Rose drop Britt Baker with a Samoan drop. And then we had Baker. That's when she started taking control of the match. Baker, she targeted Rose's arm, and then at one point she exposed the turnbuckle pad. So she took the turnbuckle pad off, so the steel is exposed on the turnbuckle. And so we had a superplex to Baker. And then Rose, she tried to hit another suplex, but Britt Baker, she turned that around. She ended up suplexing Nyla Rose into the turnbuckle. And then we had Rose. Oh yeah, Rebel. Rebel, she tried to get involved in the match. You know, she was on a ring apron, and then Nyla Rose caught Rebel and then slammed her on a ring apron. And then we had a choke slam to Baker. And we had a cannonball. We had a cannonball senton to Rebel in the corner. And then Rose, she tried to give Baker one. She tried to give Baker a corner senton bomb. And then, yeah, Rose, she ended up running into the turnbuckle pad, the exposed turnbuckle. And so, yeah, right after that, we had Britt Baker. She locked in the lockjaw. She tried to lock it in, or she halfway had it locked in. And so, yeah, Rose, she overpowers it. And we had Baker, she hit 2 super kicks on Nyla Rose. And we had Baker, she hit a crucifix bomb on Rose. Rose kicks out. And we had Britt Baker, she went for the lockjaw again. And Rose fought out of it. And we had a beast bomb, Nyla Rose finishing move, the beast bomb to Baker, and she kicked out. And I don't know why she kicked out of that move. That's a finishing move. Why did she kick out of the beast bomb? And then Nyla Rose ended up hitting the beast bomb again. So she didn't kick out that time. So yeah, Nyla Rose, she hit a beast bomb the second time, and that was it. 1, 2, 3, and that was it. You know, Nyla Rose took too much punishment in this match. She took too much punishment. And Baker kicked out of her finisher. Like, the first time she did it, she kicked out. And the second time she did it, you know, she stayed down. I don't know why she kicked out of it the first time. That should have been it right there. But this is still good. It was okay. And so Nyla Rose wins the match and will go to the finals and will face either Thunder Rosa or Riho. And so, yeah, I'm going with Thunder Rosa. And so, yeah, so it's going to be Thunder Rosa versus Nyla Rose, I'm guessing. And so, yeah, that was it. That was it with the women's match. And so, yeah, right after this, we had FTR. We had a video package from FTR and Jurassic Express and their match, their 6-man tag next week. So that's going to be Tully Blanchard coming out of retirement. That's what I forgot to mention last week's episode. Tully Blanchard will be coming out of retirement and fighting the Jurassic Express in the 6-man tag. So this is going to be FTR, Cash Wheeler, Dax Harwood, and Tully Blanchard versus Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus, and Marko Stunt in the 6-man tag next week. So that should be good, really good. And so this is what happened. This is what they had to say.
Matches with the Young Bucks. You know, we came in with a lot of fanfare. People wanted to see the matches with the Young Bucks. People wanted to see the matches with Kenny Omega and Adam Page. But the one match we were looking forward to is Jurassic Express, because there is a huge difference between Jurassic Express and FTR.
First time we wrestled FTR was back in the summer, and they had to cheat to beat us. And I know for a fact we could have beat them that night.
You guys are a cartoon. You're slapstick in the world of professional wrestling. We are professional wrestling.
This whole thing has really become more and more personal. They abducted Marko.
They have a lot of audacity, and I'll say that right off the bat. You know, they want to go in and they want to cut the horns of a beast, but they don't know those horns brought back the beast. And then they want to kidnap, what, the weakling? Aren't these top guys supposed to be able to do top guy shit? You don't realize what you've unleashed.
They think that's okay. They think they're going to get away with that because they had 3-on-2 because Tully wasn't there. March 3rd, Tully's there. On your best day, all 3 of you cannot hold a candle to Tully Blanchard now. This is the guy that was the engine that made the Horsemen run.
Tully Blanchard's with FTR, and it is the dream team.
Look, Tully might be one of the best wrestlers of all time, but how long has it been since he's been in the ring?
Things have changed. Times have changed. 1989. You got to understand, that's over 30 years that Tully Blanchard has not stepped foot in a national professional wrestling ring. He comes out of retirement to beat you up, Jurassic Express, and that's something you got to have on your conscience.
We have a lot of respect for Tully.
I don't. I don't respect Tully at all. And you know what? I don't have a problem punching his old ass in the face.
Oh,
Before we ever
wow.
met Tully Blanchard, he was one of the most influential human beings in our communities. And now that we've been working with him side by side, we're better than we've ever been. March 3rd. We'll see you there, boys. Top guys.
And that was it. So next week is gonna be FTR versus the Jurassic Express in a 6-man tag. And so yeah, man, my question is, man, I know it don't have nothing to do with the tag team match, but my question is, where is Shawn Spears? Where is Shawn Spears? You know, Tully Blanchard was his manager. Where is Shawn Spears? I don't know. I don't know where he is. But yeah, I don't know. If he was there, it would have been Shawn Spears too. Shawn Spears and FTR versus the Jurassic Express. But yeah, I don't know where Shawn Spears is. Where is he? And so yeah, that was it. And so yeah, next week's show is gonna be, of course, FTR and Tully Blanchard versus the Jurassic Express next week. And we have Chris Jericho and MJF's Revolution press conference next week. So that should be really good, man. That should be really good. MJF and Chris Jericho are great on the microphone. So yeah, that's gonna be really good, bro. I can't wait. And so they have, AEW Dark Elevation announce team. Elevation announce team is gonna be Paul Wight, aka the Big Show, and Tony Schiavone. And it says premieres Monday, March 15th. And they did say that Paul Wight will be on next week's episode of Dynamite. So the Big Show will be on Dynamite next week. And next week is also going to be the mixed tag team match, Shaq and Jade Cargill versus the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, and Red Velvet with Arn Anderson in their corner. Cody and Red Velvet have to win this match. They have to win this match. And then next week we have the Dark Order. We have the Dark Order. That's Evil Uno, Stu Grayson, number 5, and John Silver and Alex Reynolds versus Matt Hardy, Private Party, that's Isiah Kassidy and Mark Quinn, and the Hybrid 2, TH2, that's Jack Evans and Angelico, and that's next week. And also next week is going to be a qualifying match, the Face of the Revolution ladder match. So whoever wins will be in that ladder match. So it's the Face of the Revolution ladder match qualifier. So it's going to be the Dark Order's number 10 representing the Dark Order versus Max Caster of the Acclaim with Anthony Bowens in his corner. So, oh yeah, next week's episode, the tagline for next week's episode is going to be AEW Dynamite, The Crossroads. And so, yeah, and the winner of the AEW Women's Eliminator Tournament will be going against Hikaru Shida at Revolution for the AEW Women's Championship on Sunday, March 7th. And also, we have the Casino Tag Team Battle Royale. So the Casino Tag Team Royale is on Sunday, March 7th. It's going to be, I think that's Bear Country. Bear Country, I haven't gotten their names. We have Alex Reynolds and John Silver of the Dark Order. We have Stu Grayson and Evil Uno of the Dark Order. We have Proud and Powerful, Santana and Ortiz of the Inner Circle. We have The Butcher and the Blade. We have Isiah Kassidy and Mark Quinn of Private Party. And we have Top Flight. That's Dante Martin and Darius Martin. And so that's the Casino Battle Royal. That's on Sunday, March 7th. And also, the match is official, as I mentioned earlier. Miro and Kip Sabian versus Orange Cassidy and Chuck Taylor in the tag team match. And hopefully that's the end of their feud. And so, yeah, that was it. That's it. And that's for next week and, Revolution. And so, yeah, right after this was the main event. And this is the qualifying match for the ladder match. So this is the Face of the Revolution ladder match. Yeah, the Face of the Revolution. the face of the revolutionary ladder match or something like that. So it's Lance Archer with Jake the Snake Roberts in his corner versus Rey Fenix. And I thought this was the best match on the show, man. Absolutely love this match. And so yeah, Fenix, he was using his speed against Archer. We had a top rope hurricane rana to Archer. And we had a tope con hilo to Archer. And then Fenix, he landed in the crowd. And we had Jake the Snake Roberts. He knocked Fenix off the top rope. Fenix, he was going for a high flying move, and Jake the Snake Roberts, he grabbed at Fenix's foot, and he just knocked him off the top rope. And we had Fenix, he recovered, and he jumped over. He jumped over Jake the Snake Roberts' head, like over his body. He jumped over him onto Lance Archer. So that was really cool, really tight. I loved it. And so yeah, he jumped over Jake's head onto Archer. And then they were going back and forth with chops. And Archer, he ran into the ring post at one point. And we had a jumping kick, like a jumping Sparta kick to Archer. And we had, at one point, Fenix, he was chopping Lance Archer. And then Lance Archer, he no-sold those chops. And we had a clothesline to Fenix from the ring apron. And then Archer, he threw Fenix into the guardrail twice. And then Archer, he followed that up with a cannonball senton to Fenix on the guardrail. And we had a suplex throw to Fenix. And then Archer, he tried to go for his blackout finishing move, the blackout. And then Fenix, he fought out of it. And we had a springboard diving double foot stomp to the back of Archer's head. And then we had Archer, he hit a release German suplex to Fenix. And then Archer, he walked on the top rope. He did the old school what the Undertaker used to do. He walked on the top rope. And he did the old school, and he just turned that into a moonsault like he always does. So, man, yeah. Lance Archer, man. Lance Archer is not a small person. He is not a small person. Lance Archer is a big dude. He is 6'8". 6'8". And he walking on the top rope. And he hitting moonsaults. A guy that size should not be moving like that. Not at all. So, yeah, that was really, really impressive. And so he hit the moonsault, and Fenix kicks out. And then, Fenix, he was fighting back with chops. And then Fenix, Fenix got nice balance. He had nice balance. He walked, he ran on the top rope. The rope itself. He ran on the rope just to kick Lance Archer in the face. And so, yeah, that was cool too, man. Fenix is the best, man. He is the best high flyer right now, man. And so, yeah, he kicked him in the face. And we had a rolling cutter to Archer. And then Archer kicks out. And then we had Archer, he hit a fisherman's buster to Fenix, and Fenix kicks out. And we had Fenix, he hit a top rope Spanish fly. And so they both kept their balance when they was both standing up on the top rope. They both kept their balance. And so he just hit that Spanish fly, man. He hit it, and then Archer, he kicked out. And we had a pounce. From Lance Archer to Fenix. I love the pounce. I love that move in general, man. The pounce. I loved it when Keith Lee did it. I love it when Lance Archer does it too. The pounce. And we had a powerbomb to Fenix on a turnbuckle. So it was a turnbuckle powerbomb. And he followed that up with a choke slam. So Fenix, he kicked out of the choke slam. And then Lance Archer, he hit his finishing move, the blackout, to win the match. So Lance Archer wins and will go to the ladder match. He's in the ladder match. And yeah, the face of the Revolution ladder match. So Lance Archer is in that match. I thought I was going with Fenix because Pentagon was in there, but they went with Archer. I had a feeling that Archer was going to win. I said that last night on my Impact review that I think Archer was going to win, but I wanted Fenix to win. But yeah, and so yeah, right after the match we had Archer. He grabbed at Fenix's head. He grabbed at him. I thought he was going to attack him, but he grabbed Fenix and he just gave him a fist bump. And that was it. And so, yeah, that was it with that. And, very awesome match. Awesome main event match. Great back and forth. Very competitive match. And Lance Archer wins. Lance Archer wins the ladder match. Not the ladder match. He won the match to be in a ladder match. And that was it. And so, yeah, that was it. That was it with the review for AEW Dynamite for February 24th, 2021. Good show. Very good show. Strong show. They getting you ready for next week's show, and they getting you ready for Revolution. So they done a great job at doing that. So yeah, that was it with that. And if you like this video, man, what are you waiting for, dude? hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button, and right next to that subscribe button, there's a bell. You click on that bell, and when you click on that bell, you'll be the first ones to know when my next video will come out. So make sure you click on that bell so you don't miss out. And just like what I said before, I'm here each and every single week. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out. Follow me on Twitter at Ryan Awesome Show. Comment down below. Tell me how you felt about this episode of Dynamite. Share this video with each and every single person that you come across on a day-to-day basis. And yeah. And if you missed my last week's review of AEW Dynamite, the video is going to be right up here. It's going to be right up here. And yeah, man. And that's it. And I'll see you guys on Thursday. Either Thursday or Friday. Thursday is my birthday, so maybe I'll do something. I'll watch NXT. I'll watch it. Now, it'll be out on Thursday. Not Thursday. It'll probably be out on Friday. If I record it tomorrow, it's going to be out on Friday. Yeah, Thursday. If I record it on Thursday, it's going to be out on Friday. Or it might be out on the same day. But yeah, I'll see you guys for NXT. I will be watching NXT and I will be reviewing it. So we'll be here for NXT. And that's it, man. And yeah, man. Once again, guys, thank you for the support. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And yeah, man. Take care. Stay safe. And this has been the Ryan Awesome Show. And that's that.